Fest, take two. This is Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are at Coastal Black Estate Winery for Pumpkin Fest Take 2. It is fall and it is fantastic. They've got signage everywhere. And Justine, who does these, she is so talented. I love this sign. This is the fall bucket list. My favorite one on here, navigate a corn maze, have a bonfire, and the best one, rake leaves and then jump in the pile. That is so much fun. Makes me think of when I was a kid. We used to rake the leaves out front. We had I was in Ontario. We had great big massive maple leaves and we used to rake them. The pile would be like 5 feet high. We would run and dive in, be completely buried. Now we get to go on a hayride and you get to watch this from Campbell River. Remember how I was talking about that signage? Well, this sign is absolutely spectacular, not because it's bright and colorful, but because it educates us about how a pumpkin grows. And now we are going to head down to the Comox Valley. Have a look.
Your photo with them.
One of the new added features this year at Pumpkin Fest at Coastal Black Estate Winery is the hayride. This is so much fun. This is Justine Ludwig, who is responsible for all of the spectacular signage throughout the property for Halloween Pumpkin Fest. Now, Justine, whose idea was to have the hayrides?
So my husband and I just thought, what can we add to Pumpkin Fest that families would really love? And we thought, hey, a hayride would be really fun. So we actually planted an additional 4 acres of pumpkins in our back farm. And the hayride takes families out there so they can go pick more pumpkins. And we also planted gourds and ornamental pumpkins. So lots of kids like picking the little tiny ones because it's perfect for them to hold.
And I noticed at the one pumpkin patch, the one that's up close to the barn, they're all different stages. Like some aren't even ripe yet, which is great.
It's really nice. We tried to stagger plant this year. Okay. So we planted those ones 2 weeks before we planted some of the other fields. Okay. So that way we'd have other ones ripening, just in case some were starting to go a little bad, and we wanted to have lots of extras to be able to supply the community.
Now, the design of the actual wagon is quite spectacular. I love the timber frame and all of the wood. Did you design this?
My husband and a friend, Rod, a friend of ours who's a carpenter, he built it, and they came up with a really awesome design to make it be able to seem very West Coasty and
very much so.
Yeah, woodsy, but still have that barnyard feel to it. I think it goes really nice with the winery.
It does. Very nice. Now you'll have to come up with another reason to use this through the year.
Yeah, we've already thought, hey, if you want to go out on a hayride in the, summertime or come and have a picnic on it, that would be something kind of fun. Maybe people could get wedding pictures on it.
That would be awesome. Now, have you guys started having weddings out here?
Yeah, in the summertime, Coastal Black has weddings in the event barn, and even some people have gotten married in our fields, which is really beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we're going to take a short break, but you're going to stay with us and we're going to chat a bit more, okay? All right, so we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm on a hayride, and it's so much fun. Totally reminds me of being a kid. Here at Coastal Black Estate Winery, in addition to the wine and the Pumpkin Fest, they've also got their own mill for milling all of the wood. And that's what you see there. How cool is that? And right now, speaking of a mill town, we're heading down to Nanaimo. Now, in the tractor Dan is driving, and he's got a little helper. Who's helping him?
That's our daughter, Faith. She's almost 2 years old, and I mean, all the kids on the farm, I think that they just get so used to, having dad drive them around on tractors. They're just really used to the farm equipment around here, and they just really are getting exposed to a lot at a young age, which is really fun. And
it is. Yeah. That's awesome. Now, you've got the games again this year, so you've got the pumpkin ring toss.
Pumpkin ring toss, pumpkin bowling, and then our amazing hay bale maze, which kids can be able to run through. And we made it actually another level higher, so families that are a little taller. Adults and older teens can be able to enjoy it by running through it. We've got
And get lost.
Yeah, get lost. We've got some tunnels and things they can crawl through, which is really fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then you also have the photography area set up again. That's your sister-in-law, right?
Yeah, my sister-in-law, Amanda Brennan, set up her photography session. So she was booking photos for families in advance and then having some people drop in as well, which is really nice. And she's done a beautiful set this year with a friend of ours, Annette Thompson. That
is so cool. This is one-stop festival for families, I tell you. Now, at this time of year, the fruit that you guys use, it's all dormant right now, right? So the only thing going is the pumpkins.
Yes.
Okay.
So we actually planted some acres of squash this year. So we did butternut, buttercup, acorn, spaghetti squash. So those are all available in local stores as well as we're selling them here at Pumpkin Fest.
Okay. So how many acres did you do of that?
I think there's about just over 8 acres or so of squash this year.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot of squash.
Always growing, always thinking of some more things we can do.
That is a lot of squash. Now, and your husband Dan also has Big D's honey, right? Which is, it's got all different flavors now. It's got the cinnamon and the cocoa.
And then we've got creamy honey, blackberry honey, which come from our thornless blackberries.
Okay.
As well as wildflower and fireweed honey. So the bees are actually pretty dormant now. They're going to be starting their winterization process, and they're all back here on the farm now, which is nice. And they'll be just basically sleeping it off for the summer or the winter time since they work so hard.
So they sleep during the winter, and then when do they wake up? They wake up?
Yeah, well,
they hibernate.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know
that. They're not totally dormant. I mean, they're still buzzing around in there and keeping warm and stuff. But it's kind of like a hibernation stage where they just, we want to just contain them and keep them as warm as possible in their own hive. And then come springtime, when the sun comes out, they're ready to fly off and start going and seeing some flowers and seeing what they can do.
Well, that's awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Pumpkin Fest here at Coastal Black Estate Winery goes on for 2 more weekends. And come on out. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
So Saturdays and Sundays from 10 until 4.
10 until 4. Okay. Get that on your calendar for some true old-fashioned family fun. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. You know, all of this orange, it makes me really happy. Even though it is gray and rainy, all of this orange, it's a happy color. And you just feel happy, like you just want to be here and have fun and go pick a pumpkin and play some games and play some pumpkin bowling and ring toss. It'd be fun. Get your picture taken with your family. What a great way to get ready for Halloween, and especially coming off of a Thanksgiving weekend. Here in the Comox Valley and in the North Island, we have so much to be thankful for. So count your blessings, and in the meantime, we'll watch this. So they've added something new. Apparently there's 10 golden pumpkins. Oh, I'm sure this isn't the one they're talking about. This is just to show you. Golden pumpkin. There's 10 of these somewhere here at Pumpkin Fest at Coastal Black Estate Winery. And if you come out and if you find one of these 10 golden pumpkins, you get a prize. That is so cool. Oh, and don't forget they've got the animals this year too. They've got the water buffalo, and they've got a new miniature pony they brought in this year. So there is the little petting zoo, they've got the games, and they've got this hunt for the golden pumpkin. That would be fun. And look at these wild gourds. Are they just not crazy? Holy Toledo. That is so much fun. And look, oh, I like this guy. I mean, that looks like melted wax, right? Melted wax, yellow, but it's actually food. It's a gourd. That is so neat. So they have all kinds of produce here as well. Over there underneath the patio area of the winery. So you can come and you can do shopping, you can have a good day. It's $2 to get in. Children under 2 are free, but it's well worth it. And of course you can walk away with your pumpkin for Halloween to get ready for ghosts and goblins and witches and warlocks and puppies and cats and angels and fairies and anything else that might show up at your door. So thank you so much for watching today, and We are going to catch up with you on Thursday, but until then, stay dry.